ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ fateh. We have learned about the La Matra, and in today's video we are going to look at some of the Punjabi words that we can make using La. Please note, it is very important to know the sounds of Gurmukhi letters once a La is attached to them. If we do not know their sounds, then it is going to be a little tough to understand today's lecture. Okay, we are going to look at some 10 Punjabi words and they do not fall under any specific category. The very first word that we are going to discuss today is khet. Let's write it down. This is khakha, right? Its sound is kh. Now I am going to put a la on the top of khakha. What it sounds? K. And then this is tatta. Its sound will be ta. And it will become khet. Easy, right? So this was khakha initially without any matra. Its sound was kh. I put a la on the top of khakha. Its sound changed and now it is k. This is tatta. Its sound will be ta. So the word is khet. Khet means field. The word field here means the place or ground where we grow crops. That is called khet in Punjabi. The second word is khed. Again khakha. This is the first one. Second one. This is khakha. Its sound is kh. I put a la. It becomes k. And then I am going to have dadda. K d. Khed. Khed means sport. It can also mean game. So it all depends on the context in which way we are saying it. When we say what type of games are you playing, right? We do not mean some kind of sport. We mean something what you're doing in your life, something that you're doing to somebody else, right? So in Punjabi we also say tu kede tarah diyan khedan khed reha wa. So it is all about the context. In which context you are using this word, its meaning might change. The third word is paid. This is pabba. Pabba is going to give the sound of p. And then I'm going to put a la. What it gives? Pay. And then I will put dadda. This is pabba. This is dadda. Make sure we know the difference. It is somewhat similar, but it is not. The kind of zero is here in dadda, but in pabba it is here in the middle. Here it is at the bottom and here it is in the middle. Make sure we know the difference between all the Gurmukhi letters. There might be some confusing letters in the beginning when you're learning this language. And for that, we already have a series on this channel. So you can watch that also if you're confused when it comes to the Gurmukhi letters. This is pay and this is the. It becomes paid. Paid means sheep. Easy, right? If I do not have the matras, I will not be able to make these words. So matras help us to have the different sounds from the Gurmukhi letters. And using those different sounds, we can have the different words. Fourth one is save. This is sasa. Sasa is going to give the sound of sa. I will put a la. It becomes say. And then babba. Any guesses for this? Sasa, la, se. This is babba. It will give the sound of b. So it will become seb. Seb is a fruit. Just guess it. What type of fruit it can be? It is apple. So we learned 4 words. How easy it is. You are feeling comfortable with the language now? You have learned the Gurmukhi letters, you have learned their sounds, you have learned the Matra La. It is comfortable now, right? You might have seen these words somewhere in the newspaper if you are practicing the language, or you might have read it in a book. But now you know their meanings as well. You know how they sound. Sometimes when you read a word, you mispronounce it somehow because of the sounds of the letters. So these exercises will help you to build your vocabulary and help you to pronounce the words correctly. The fifth word is bear. This is baba. I will put a la. Baba, ba. I put a la. It becomes bay. Not the bay like we have it in English, but this is a different one, okay? And then we have rara. This is rara. Rara is going to give the sound of r. This is bay. This is r. Bear. Bear is actually also kind of a fruit in Punjab. It is known as Chinese date also and Chinese apple also. In Punjab, we say bear. The sixth word is sher. Sher. Sher is an animal. Let's write it down. This is shasha. It is going to give the sound of sh. I will put a la and it will give the sound she. And then r. She. This is rara. It is going to give the sound of r. Sher. Sher means lion. You might have remembered that we discussed when it comes to the letters with dots, we change them when we pronounce them, except sasse pair bindi. So instead of sasse pair bindi, if you say I am going to write it in this way, say sassa, la and rara. There is no dot here. This is share, this is ser. So this ser is a unit of measure. This is an animal. So one wrong dot at the wrong place will change the meaning of the whole sentence. So it is very important to know the sounds of the Gurmukhi letters. Although I would say it that in some of the regions in Punjab, because when we talk about the Punjabi language, right, there are so many different dialects in there. People in the Western Punjab, which is in Pakistan, they have different vocabulary. They pronounce the words different. Some of the words, not all of them. And in the Eastern Punjab, which is in India, they pronounce it differently. And inside the Eastern Punjab, there are different dialects. So you might hear from some people using this letter to denote this animal. So instead of saying share, they will start it with sassa and they will say ser. Although when it comes to the examination, right, you cannot use this letter. You have to use this letter. So if you're from that specific region of Punjab where they use sassa instead of sasse pair bindi, it is fine. If you're learning Punjabi, I would suggest that you use sasse pair bindi when you want to say share or line. Okay? Because if you're saying share, right, as say, and you're saying, okay, I have seen this beautiful lion in the zoo. And in there, if you are going to use share instead of share, it means you saw a beautiful unit of measure in the zoo, which does not make sense, right? So make sure that we know the difference between the letters, and the right way of writing line is this one. I would not go with this one. For dialect, it is okay, but when it comes to the writing, you have to go with this. Okay, now let's move to the seventh word, which is den. Seventh word, the da. This is going to give the sound of the. I put a la. This becomes de. And then nana. This is de. This is na. Nana is going to give the sound of na. Den. Den means contribution. In the beginning, you might hear from people that they are pronouncing nanna instead of nana. You're going to hear this. You will think that they are pronouncing nanna instead of nana. Like den, pani. The reason being, this letter's sound does not exist in the English language. The sound of this letter exists in English. So it is going to be a little difficult in the beginning when you are going to listen to people. But after some time, you will know their differences and how to use them correctly. Eighth one is whale. This is vava. Okay. its sound is V. I put a la, it becomes way. And then I'm going to have lalla. Lalla is going to give the sound of L. This is way, this is L. It becomes whale. Way, L, whale. Whale means wine, not with the W, but V, okay? This is E. For the ninth word, we have meme. Not meme, but meme. This is mama. Mama is going to give the sound of ma. I put a la, it becomes may. And then I am going to have another mama. It is going to give the sound of again ma. So this is may, this is ma. It becomes meme. Meme actually means a white woman. But these days, meme word is not just limited to a white woman. A girl who is using too much of makeup, right? For her also this word is used, that she is looking like a meme. This is not a derogatory remark. This is just a word that people use to say there is a white woman. This is not a bad word, okay? The 10th word is name. Last word. This is my Nanna. Oops, there is the line. Yeah, this is my Nanna. Nanna is going to give the sound of na. I put a la, it becomes ne. So all the letters that we have on this side, right? You can see in the last video that how these sounds are pronounced, or how the la changes the sounds of the Gurmukhi letters. This is ne, and then I am going to have mama. Its sound will be ma. This is ne, this is ma. So it becomes name. This is not that name like we say, what is your name? This is not in that way, okay? Name means actually rules. Not some simple rules, but your religious rules. What you do in the morning. So if we talk about Sikhi, we wake up in the morning and we bathe, we do our nitnem, and then we do our work, and in the evening also we do nitnem. So this name actually used in the religious sense rather than some everyday activities that you do in your life which are not religious. Okay, so these are the 10 words for today. We learn how the Punjabi words are made using a la. And if you look at all the words that we have here, only the first letter has a la. We did not include any word where we have a la on the second letter. But it is not just limited to the first letter, means a la can be attached at any position, first, second, third, fourth. It all depends on the words. But I chose the words where we have the la on the top of the first letter. This is all for today. If you have any questions related to these words or related to la, please let me know in the comment section below. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.